when you can compendiously, concisely explain your point of view, when you can do what I do, which is machine gun 5 points at once, especially in a debate, it's very hard to argue against me. If you give me a minute, I've made 5 points and linked it into 2 older points, and I've hinted at a future point. And now you have to counter that. And you're like, you're a misogynist. You can't argue with me. That's why the BBC got wrecked.
Well, I still think I'm a warrior, but I think that when you're a warrior, you have to be very capable and you have to be very understanding of your power. And you have to use it responsibly. And just like I said earlier, when I'm trying to be responsible about what I say to the young men of the world, I would understand as Israel, I must be responsible with my massive military might to make sure I don't kill civilians. And I would sit and try and make a measured response, and I'd be a professional, and I would consider them human beings, and I would secure my border and try and come up with a plan better than, oh no, I'm mad, I'm emotional now, let's go kill everyone. Correct. I don't think that's the right thing to do.
There was a time when very successful, rich people were trying to convince me to spend millions of dollars on a JPEG. And they tried to explain to me that it's on the blockchain and it's one of one and you can see on the blockchain. Who the fuck is checking the blockchain for my JPEG, G? Who cares? 3 million for a Bugatti? Fine, drive the Bugatti. 3 million for a JPEG. People can just copy and save the JPEG. No, but my JPEG's the real one. It's on the blockchain. Look on the blockchain. If you go to etherscan.com, bro, what planet are you on? Nobody gives a fuck about Etherscan, checking the blockchain. Even if I proved, after all, that I owned that picture, guess who would care? No one! And here we are, 2 years, year and a half, whatever later. Who cares about NFTs?
For you to become rich and successful is going to require pain and suffering. And you have to understand exactly what your dream life is to make the pain and suffering worthwhile. There is a very detailed plan and roadmap. For you to become strong, you must eat a certain way. You must train a certain way. For you to become rich, you must earn money a certain way. You must understand exactly how you're going to make money, whether you're going to be a public-facing figure like me or a man of the shadows. You talk about your dream life. You don't even know what your dream life is. How do you expect to get to a destination when you don't know where you're going? Without diligent planning, without concise, compendious plans, the chance of you achieving nearly anything is zero.
The number one indicator of a man's success is his ability to deal with stress. I don't think it's IQ. I don't think it's physical capability. I don't think it's anything. If you take a man who can deal with a bunch of stress, he's going to be more successful than a man who can deal with less stress. How much stress you can put up with has a direct correlation to the kind of life you're going to live. Most people who want my life don't have my life because they couldn't handle my life.
You are not stupid. You are lazy, you're entitled, you're arrogant, but you're not actually stupid. I could take you from your little pathetic life and put you down in a chair and make you do the things you're supposed to do, and you could achieve. Last year, during these exact days, you did nothing. New Year's Eve came, you made yourself all these promises, and a week later, you were still a fuck-up. Here we are 1 year later, you are still a nobody. The days when losers rest, winners are going to begin to work. You have absolutely nothing else to do. You may as well get a head start so 2024 allows you to live a life worth living so you don't stay a peasant and a peon any longer. You commit like a man. If you're going to do something, there's no point in doing it half-assed. You don't get anywhere in life if you half do something. You either don't do it or you do it. Binary. I've said this before and I'll say it again. As the rocket goes towards the moon, it doesn't stop halfway up. It doesn't take a break. It doesn't decide it's difficult at the moment because of the atmospheric pressure and it needs to have some time off. It continues to go because it is the momentum. Only the momentum that gives you the inertia required to escape gravity. Commit for once in your life and you might actually get some.
You're on the highway. You're driving. There's exits all along the way to Loserville. When you're tired, when you don't feel like working, when you don't have enough time, when it's difficult, you can get off the highway anytime you want. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway.
You are in a highly competitive environment. You're performing. You're the main character in your own movie. Everyone is watching you, or you at least want them to. Everyone you interact with in your universe is paying attention to you. They all have an opinion of you based on what you have done and how you speak and the way you act and the way you dress and the things you've done. So you need to sit there and understand what is the opinion people have of me. It becomes a natural mindset for me. I'm constantly under self-evaluation because I understand I'm constantly evaluated. It's impossible for me to predict It's impossible for me to underperform. Because if you're not super hard on yourself, then who's going to be hard on you? You have to be super, super hard on yourself. I would spar for 3 hours. And if I got hit once with a punch that could have been a KO, furious. I didn't want to get hit the whole training. I wanted to beat the shit out of everybody and not have a mark. So you have to be a perfectionist all the time. And no one's ever going to become perfect. When you aim for perfect, you're going to be a lot better. So the point is, it's not practice that makes perfect. It's practice plus feedback. So you need to be doing constant feedback, constant evaluation all the time. Tristan just nailed it. You want motivation to train hard? Look in the mirror every single day. Look in the mirror every single day, and then look at some of the guys who are in the war and so the way some of them are built. Look at the way Nigel's built. How old are you? 48. 48. He's built like me. 6-pack, shredded, muscles. 48, bro. Animal. You understand? So there's no
Best mental model is God wants me to learn something here. And he's going to teach me that through suffering. He's going to make this difficult, and he's going to make me feel pain, and he's going to make this as hard as he decides it needs to be, so that I can sit here and learn things. God giving you a full and able body and mind. How do you have time to be depressed? You have so much you could do. There's so much that you need to do to be your best self. And you're competing against men like me. And you're finding hours a day to be sad? No wonder you're going to perpetually lose forever.